Bilal is making sets of 3 candles. He puts a white candle, a silver candle and a gold candle into each set. The candles are sold in packets of different sizes. There are 25 white candles in a packet. There are 12 silver candles in a packet and there are 8 gold candles in a packet. Bilal wants to use all of the candles he buys. What is the smallest number of packets of white candles, silver candles and gold candles he needs to buy? Okay, so this is a lowest common multiples question. We need to work out what's the lowest number of packets of white, silver and gold candles he needs to buy so that he ends up with the same amount of each, so there's none left over. Now, you could start off by writing down some of the multiples of 25. So you could say that if he bought 1 packet, he'd get 25 white candles. If he bought 2, he'd get 50. If he bought 3 packets, he'd get 75. If he bought 4 packets, he'd get 100, and so on. And you could do the same with the silver. So if you bought 1 packet of silver, it would be 12, 2 packets, 24, 3 packets, 36, 4 packets, 48, and so on. And the same with the gold, 8, 6. Now, the problem with this, as you'll probably already be thinking, this is going to take me a very long time. I've just written down the first 4 of each of them, and the numbers, we can already see the top one, the white canvas is up to 100, and there's nothing common yet. So it's going to take me a long time to get this. So instead of doing it by listing, let's do this by prime factorisation. Let's work out the prime factors of each of these numbers. So 25, we know that that is the same thing as 5 squared. 12, we know that that is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 3. These are the prime factors of 12. And 8, we know that that is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2. Feel free to actually do this with the prime factor tree. You'll have probably been taught it like this when you first got taught how to do prime factorisation. So splitting the 8 up into 2 times 4. 2 is a prime number, 4 isn't, so you can split the 4 up into 2 times 2. So that's where the 2 times 2 times 2 came from for the 8, and that's where the 2 times 2 times 3 comes from the 12, and so on. Anyway, now we have the prime factors, we could look to find what the lowest common multiple is going to be. We can first of all ignore the numbers that repeat in the 12 and the 8. So we can see here we've got a 2 times 2 here, but we've already included 2 times 2 down here, so we're not going to worry about the 2 times 2. So our lowest common multiple will give 2 times 2 times 2 from the 8 here, times 3 from the 12, times 5 squared from the 25. So if we put that into our calculator, we get 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 squared, which is 600. So the lowest common multiple of these 3 numbers is 600. So I know he's going to make 600 packs in total. He's going to need 600 white candles, 600 silver candles and 600 gold candles. So I now need to think, well, how many packets of each of these is he going to buy? So if he needs 600 white candles and they come in packets of 25, I'll do 600 divided by 25, which is 24. So he needs 24 packets of white candles. For silver candles, I'll do 600 divided by 12, which is 50. So he's going to need 50 packets of silver candles. And then finally 600 divided by 8, which is 75. So he needs 75 packets of gold candles. Part 2, or part II, how many sets of candles can Bilal make from the packets of candles he bought? Well, as we've already answered that question, it's 600 sets of the candles that he can actually make with that, because he'll have 600 of each type of candle.